character to voice act? Like the character I have the most fun working on in the booth? Yeah. Probably, it's not Winry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's not. It's just, the acting for Winry is difficult at times because of the emotions, but the voice is not hard. It's pretty normal. I can do that one easily. I love using dialects, so any voice that I get to have a dialect is when I have the most fun. Sometimes it's a really silly show, like a show called Ragnarok. Does anyone know what Ragnarok is? Or you've heard of the game? Well, there's Ragnarok the anime, and I play the archer character named Judia, and in the show, she has a Kansai dialect from like Osaka in Japan. So in English, that translates to a southern dialect, kind of country and hick. She talks like this. It's real thick the whole time. And she says ridiculous things like open up and, oh, I can't even say what stuff that she says, but it's great. And she's real she's hyper and beats people up. So I always knew going into those sessions that we were going to have a good time. So I love Judia because I love the accent. And I mentioned Negima before. I play about 3 different characters in Negima. And wow, he's gonna have a heart attack. This man really likes Negima. I play Chachamaru in Negima, and it's really not necessary. And she has a British accent. She speaks like this the whole time. She's a robot, and so she's one of my favorites just because I like to speak the British accent and get paid for it. So. Yes, Negima man. What can I do? I play Chisame, and Chisame is like a cynical version of myself. So Chisame, and she's also Chiyu, so that's kind of like another, you know, her internet personality is Chiyu. So that was really fun, because she's just really irritated all the time, and she hates her life, and she hates all the people she has to be in class with. She even has a line about, she's talking about everyone in the class and how she doesn't like them. And then she goes, and what's with the robot? And that's really funny to me because I'm the robot also. So, yeah, that's great. I love her. And then her internet personality is Chiyu, who talks like this. So, I don't know how I did that show playing so many people. Oh, and Chachamaru has a little, like, marionette counterpart, like her Cha-Cha Zero, who talks like this. She's got a nasty little Cockney accent. She sounds like that. So, I love Negima, and we're getting started soon, I hope, on the second. It's not even a season, the second Negima installment. You know, Negima question mark exclamation point, the new one. So I think we're gonna start on that soon, and I just cannot wait because it's like playtime working on Negima. It's great. You've had your hand raised. I gotta come out here. You've had your hand raised for so long. What is your question?
I saw you play Wendy on Trinity Blood.
Yay!
Is that your first villain?
Was that my first villain? You know, it may have been, unless you include Natsumi from Kodacha as a villain, but then she kind of turns around and you figure out what her deal is. Well, you sort of figure out what every villain's deal is, and deep down maybe they're not really evil. I don't know. But yeah, I guess it was. I was talking with my friend, I think it's Mina, I was like, it's something with a Y. We were talking about that earlier. I'm a huge Peter Pan fan, like of the story since I was a child. And my friend, who's the director of Trinity Blood, knew this. And so when he came across that episode, the Neverland episode, he saved the part of Wendy just for me because he knew that I would just freak out, and I did. So. It was great. I loved working on it, and I wish that she did more than like her little 2-episode appearance. But oh well. I hope I get to use that voice again sometime for some other similar evil little girl. That would be great. That would be great. Anyone else? Yes.
Whenever you were working on Kodacha, did you like to be voice acting with Jerry Jewell?
Jerry Jewell. Well, I don't know if you know this, but when we record, it's just one person at a time. So it would just be me in a booth all by myself, and then outside of the booth are the director and the engineer. Sometimes other actors have already recorded, so I can hear them in my headphones. And sometimes they haven't. So when Jerry had already recorded, then I would get to hear him. But otherwise, we weren't like standing side by side acting together, which is part of the challenge of the job. You have, if say no one else has recorded yet, we have to rely on the director and our own intuition to sort of guess what the other person is going to sound like once they're in there. How are they going to read this line? Are we going to make the joke work? So Jerry Jewell is really awesome, and I think it's great that I got to play his older sister who hates his guts. But he's one of my favorite people. I love it. We are actually in a show together right now that just came out, a show called Shuffle. Has anyone heard of Shuffle? A few people? It just came out. I play Marinee. Vic Mignogna over here plays my dad. That's so weird. We're really good friends. I'm like, Vic's my dad, okay. And Jerry is in that show. He's the lead in that show. He plays a kid named Reem. So if you like Jerry, check out Shuffle. Yay. Yes, sir.
How's it different directing anime versus real life?
Oh, okay. The question is, how is it different? How is it different directing in anime versus directing in real life? I did some play directing when I was in college. I have a degree in theater. And wow, the difference, there's a lot of differences. You don't have rehearsal time in anime. Your actors don't know anything. Maybe they know their characters, but when they come in on day one, we haven't had a play reading where the whole cast gets together and sits and reads, here's what happens in episode 1 of Suzuka. We don't have any of that. So the difference is that my actors rely on me for everything, every bit of information about the show. They can do their own research at home, but a lot of them are in multiple shows or are also directors or have other jobs, so they can't spend all their time going, okay, what happens in all these episodes? So the actors rely entirely on the director to tell them, here's why your character is saying this, here's what's happening, here's what happened in the scene that you weren't in a second ago. That's the major difference. The other is, in stage acting, you don't have to be concerned so much with how perfectly are they saying this thing or that thing, because there aren't flaps to match. So my job as a director is to be listening and watching. Like they're in the booth talking, and I'm listening and watching my little screen to see if what they're saying matches up with these flaps. And if it doesn't, I have to take acting notes, like I need them to be sadder or something like that. And then also faster or slower. Also, be sure to pause between these two words. All of these things, I don't get to just do one. So it's a very complicated job. A lot of multitasking is involved. Besides that stuff, I and my engineer are listening for actual audio issues that there might be. Like, that was a little too messy. Please take a drink of water. We'll do it again. Get closer to the microphone. Pull the pop screen away. All of this stuff is going on all at once. So I might say voice directing is probably more immediately demanding than stage directing, but stage directing overall takes it more time because rehearsal time and whatever, all that stuff. And dealing with lighting designers and set designers and costume designers.